Some tips, some tricks right here. Look at that. Ooh, it's exactly where I wanted it. It didn't look like it was doing too good. It's really sexy. That much more consistent. Is actually clean. There it is right there. The jolly slides right there on top. Pour a little out for the homies. The ups and the downs.
Hoʻomalu Hana Hui A Maui.
Aloha, my ohana. It is your boy back with another aquatic adventure. Now, if you're new to the channel, let me be the first to give you a nice big warm aloha and welcome. On my channel, we talk about everything aquatics, and we're going to get into some pretty cool aquatics right now. Before we jump into this video, though, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, this is the perfect opportunity right now. Hit that subscribe button. Next to that subscribe button is a little bell. Click that bell. Turn it on. It's just going to notify you when I upload a new video. All right, let me flip this camera on and show you what we got cooking. This is my 10-gallon innovative saltwater aquarium. I got two beautiful clownfish that are just doing absolutely great. We got 3 corals in here. These are neon green hairy mushroom corals. There's one there and 2 down there. Now, if you guys remember, one of those corals was way up here at the top. Now, there's a reason why I actually moved it from there. It didn't look like it was doing too good. I'm thinking maybe the intensity of the light right here, the Kessel light, was maybe a little too hot for it because it was so close to the light. It looked like it was just kind of like closing, and so I immediately grabbed it. They have like a foot on the actual coral, and it's almost like a snail, you know, so they kind of attach themselves like that. And so what I did was just take it off that top area right there, and I actually just moved it down to the bottom here where it seems a lot more happier. It's the one on the left. So you can see it's opened up like a flower. I wish I had a video of what it looked like when it was up top there, but it looks like it's happy right there. So I'm just going to leave those 2 there. This one right here is so happy right there. So this aquarium is doing great though. I just wanted to show you guys the saltwater aquarium and talk a little bit about it, just because I get a lot of questions on this saltwater aquarium. A lot of you guys are a little nervous to start a saltwater aquarium, and I totally get it because that's the way I was too as well. This all-in-one was given to me by my boy Dennis, who's helping me out with Tiki Falls 4.0, the big koi pond in the backyard. So big shout out to Dennis. I wanted to show you guys how I do a water change. Now this aquarium is actually powered by Sicce. We have a Sicce Syncra silent that's inside this chamber here that's actually pumping the water. And then we also have the 20-watt Jolly Sicce heater that's in this compartment as well. It's super small, compact. We also have an ATO, which is an automatic top off. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. We also have our mechanical filtration and our biological filtration in these 2 chambers, and I'll show you how I actually clean this up and what it actually looks like. So we're gonna get into this little water change and show you how easy it is. So the first thing you need when doing a water change on your saltwater aquarium is the right water. This here is a 5-gallon jug of pre-made salt water that I got from my local fish store. Now, most local fish stores do sell this by the gallon. I believe it was $1 a gallon. This is a 5-gallon jug, so it's $5 for some fresh salt water along with RO water. Now, RO water, which is reverse osmosis water, you actually need that type of water for your saltwater aquarium. Is it a necessity? No, it's not. But if you want a healthy saltwater aquarium, definitely is. Now, they sell this over there too as well, pre-made. And it's the same thing. It's $1 a gallon. So I have 2 5-gallon jugs with my RO water and my salt water. Now, the reason why you need RO water is because salt does not evaporate in an aquarium. So the salt will always remain the same, but what evaporates is the water. So you have to replenish that water with RO water. And that's when we have our ATO system, which is pretty low. You can see the line is right about there. So this thing holds about 3 gallons of water. So I'm going to fill this up with some of this RO water. And whenever the tank evaporates, so the water level will drop down, there's a sensor in the back of the aquarium here, which I'm going to show you. It is right there. You see that little circle? That right there is the sensor. Now, if the water level drops below that little point, this will automatically kick in. There's an actual pump down inside the RO chamber right here, and you can see this clear hose. It pumps the water in and automatically fills it up. Now, if you don't have an RO Reservoir, which is this bad boy here. You can do it manually. You can pour the water in and make sure the water level's up to par. But when you have one of these systems, it just makes it so much easier. They have all different types, different sizes. Like I said, this one's small, sleek. It's really sexy looking. It's slim. It fits right on the side there. Holds 3 gallons of RO water. It just keeps it super accurate as far as the salinity goes. So you definitely need, it really does help Ohana if you guys have an ATO, an automatic top off. There's all different types. All right, so here's my 5-gallon jugs of water, which I have my salt water in it. Now I have this laser reader. Get one on Amazon. It's about $8. You just shoot this beam. This laser goes inside the water and it reads the temperature. As you can see, the temperature in the water is 71 degrees, or it's 70 degrees actually, which is super chilly. Now I'm going to remove the cap off the aquarium and we're going to shoot the temperature laser inside the aquarium, and you're going to see what the temperature of the water is in the aquarium, which is 80 degrees. That is a huge difference between the aquarium and this salt water. So what we're going to do is warm the salt water up by applying my heater in there, cap it up. I always pre-warm the water to what's the same temperature as the aquarium. So that just makes the water change that much more smoother, and your fish and corals aren't getting shocked or stressed out by the drastic temperature. All right, after we remove the heater, we have our laser temperature gauge. We're going to shoot it, and I'm going to show you how warm it is now. Look at that, 82 degrees. Our water is warm. We're good here. Now, as far as the RO water goes into the RO reservoir, I actually have another Jolly heater that is right here, and I'll pull it out. And that's what's so cool about this little slit up here, this little circle. You can see I'll have a heater in here, so it's always cut. There it is right there, the Jolly by Sicce. I'm gonna drop it back in there. And that's gonna keep all the water warm that goes into the aquarium. So like I said, there's just no room for error here. You don't have to do this, but I just try to make it that much more consistent for my fish and everything living in the aquarium. So not only do we warm up the water, but we also warm up or keep the water consistently warm in the RO reservoir. The next thing I'm gonna do is take off this lid by the Kraken Reef. If you guys want some cool custom lids, I highly recommend this company. Family-owned business, but not only that though, veteran-owned. Fits perfect and snugs and snaps into place. It's got a feeding window right here, and you can actually upgrade it and put the feeding basket, which slides right there on top. You put your frozen cube food in there, and it slowly dissolves, and you can see the little holes. It's like a little honeycomb, and it comes out of the holes, and then your fish can eat it, which is super cool. I absolutely love this little upgrade here. Now, if you're thinking about getting one of these aquarium tops, I highly recommend the Kraken Reef. I'll actually leave their Instagram, DM them. Like I said, family-owned business and veteran-owned too as well. So we thank you guys for your service. Appreciate you guys. Go check them out, the Kraken Reef. All right, now that we have our cover off, you can see the flow is coming out the outtake there. I'm going to take this Kessel Light, which is an A80, and I'm just going to swivel it to the side there so we can actually get to the water here. And what I'm actually going to do is unplug the ATO system too as well. So I got to turn that off. Once I turn the power off on the aquarium, I'm going to actually use this smaller cup to fill up this bigger pitcher, and then I'm gonna dump this in a bucket. And then we're gonna use that water to clean the mechanical sponges and the biological media, which is in this caddy right here. As you can see, I'll pull it out. Ooh, look at that, it's nasty, it's gunky. And I'm gonna show you guys how I rinse and clean that out too as well. So I'm gonna pour a little bit more, or I'm gonna get a little bit more of this water out into this pitcher. And I think that's good. That's a nice good 10% water change there. All right, and there you have it. That's about 10% for me. And you can see we just removed the caddy that was right down in there. I also have more media right here in some bags, and I'll show you. Let me grab this bag. I actually just dosed this thing with lots of biological media. This media isn't too dirty, so I'm not worried about this media. So we're just going to go ahead and put this back into this chamber, but it is a pretty big bag of media, easy to remove and take out. So this here has our mechanical biological media, and then we have more biological media here in this little space, and then we have our return pump and our heater in this little chamber. So they're kind of 3 separate chambers. This is an all-in-one aquarium. Now that we have everything in this bucket, we're just going to go ahead and give it a little rinsey rinse with some salt water that we have from the aquarium. So as you can see, we have like a filter pad sponge. This right here, it's kind of dirty. Look at that. Ooh, it's real dirty. So I'm going to give it a little washy wash in this salt water. I do this once a week, and it's not very hard, guys. It's super simple, super fast, and I reuse this sponge. Now, I'll probably replace it after maybe a month or two, but you can totally tell when it starts to get a little old, but it's still in great shape. I already replaced it, so I still have some more use out of that. And then you can see all the biological media blocks that I have by HYGGER. These blocks are awesome. So what I'm going to do is give this a little rinsey rinse in this salt water, and as you can see, that media is actually clean. It's not even dirty, so we're fine. So I'm going to grab this sponge, I'm going to stick it right back on top where it belongs, and it's just one simple sponge. This is what actually went in there. This is a filter sock. I'm not a big fan of the filter sock. These things get dirty so fast, and you got to change it or clean it out like every 2 or 3 days. It's such a pain in the butt. I rather use, like I said, this caddy, which fits right in the same spot, and you can actually customize it too. You don't have to you don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. You can actually put some Chemi Pure. There's different trays and levels, so you can adjust them. I made it to where I put a lot of biological media in it, as you can see, and then I just have my sponge. That's pretty much it. This is what runs my saltwater aquarium. We just slide it right in its desired spot. So easy. Look at that. And we're done. And this is the aftermath of the water. As you can see, it's pretty dirty, pretty murky, so we know we're doing the job right. All right, after we're done with that, we're gonna actually take our jug of fresh salt water. As you can see, it's got a label down at the bottom, which I love those jugs. See, salt water and fresh water. And over here, we have our fresh water jug. That's the RO water. I love these jugs. I get them at Aquarium and Reptile Depot. So we're gonna actually pour our salt water into our pitcher, pour the pitcher of salt water back into the aquarium. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're gonna fill this water marker right up to about that marker there. All right, so this is 1 gallon of salt water. We're gonna pour right over the rock so it doesn't disturb the substrate or the corals. Now, I'm gonna show you guys a little trick. I'm gonna get another pitcher of salt water. So what I'm gonna do is turn the pump on, the electricity to the aquarium, and you're gonna see this water level start to slowly drop, okay? Check it out, here we go. And as it starts to drop, like I said, I'm gonna take my pitcher and I'm gonna fill this part of the aquarium up because I don't want that sensor to trigger the auto fill, thinking we need to pour more water in here, and then I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to slowly watch the level of the water drop, and once it's at the perfect desired spot, I'm going to leave it alone just like that. It is fine. My water level is just about where I want it. I might pour a little out for the homies just to get it up at that water level there. There we go. That's more like it. That's perfect. And then I just take the rest of the water that I have, salt water, and pour it right back into my saltwater jug to reuse it next week. And as you can see, I don't use much of the salt water in the container. I'm going to show you exactly how much of the salt water I have left for my next water changes. As you can see, the water level is right about here. So you figured we have maybe 2 or 3 weeks worth of salt water per 5-gallon jug. We're gonna grab our custom cover by Kraken Reef and find the grooves, and let's snap that into place. And then we're gonna take our RO water, fill up our pitcher, and put it in the reservoir, which I love this reservoir because it has a little window, and I don't know if you guys can see it. Right there is the water level. I'll shake this and you'll see it move. See, that's the water level. It's got a little window. So I'm gonna fill this all the way up to the top. And we don't have to worry about that for at least a couple weeks. I'll glance at it every now and then and see if it's really low. But the cool thing about the ATO system that I have, if that water level gets way low and there's a pump in there, it'll actually sound off a little beep. So it'll go beep, 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 beep. That controller is right here on the side of the aquarium. See that little indigo light? This thing will beep and let me know the water's low. That's why I loved this ATO system. I do have a wave maker here on the side, and it's controlled right here by this little controller that I actually just put a little like Velcro to the post of the bed. It's not on right now. All right, I don't have major flow because I didn't want it to blow these corals around because they're not really attached. They are, but they're not, you know? So I kind of just turned it off for now. And it seems like everybody is happy with the flow. So I'm not going to use any more electricity than I actually have to use. So that's why that isn't on, if you guys were curious. If you guys are wondering what this is a frag rack for more corals. Stay tuned. I think I'm going to get some cool zoas, something low maintenance as far as corals go. This was sent by my boy Poseidon's Creations. Poseidon's Creations. I'll put his Instagram page right on the screen here, so go check him out, follow him, show him some love. That is my boy. They're based out of Florida. They make the coolest custom frag racks, sumps, aquariums, everything acrylic. Go check him out, Ohana. You'll absolutely love what he's got going on over there. We have a picture of RO water. I just want to show you how I do this. I love this thing. It's so sleek and thin. I just slide it out and then I grab this lid. Look, it's got a little lid. I pop that lid open. Down inside there is the heater and the pump. And then I grab my RO water and I just pour it inside and fill it up. It has a window down here where you can actually see the water level, which makes it super convenient and easy. That was the goal for me because I was extremely nervous to keep anything salt water. Once I got this bad boy full, which it's all the way up to the top, you can't even see the water level. The water level's got to be right about here. I just slide it right back into place. Okay, so after we're done doing the salt water change and filling up our RO reservoir with RO water, we're gonna test the salinity with this awesome salinity tester. It's Hana, it's digital. I got this from Aquarium and Reptile Depot as well. Basically, you just take the bottom little piece off here and you dip this stick up to this line here into the saltwater aquarium. Once we turn it on, it's going to give us a reading, and we want our salinity between 1.021 and 1.024. So ideal would be like 1.023. That would be ideal. So let's see what our salinity is. We're going to turn it on. You just wait for a second. It tells you the battery percentage, which is 98%, still full. And now this bad boy is ready to be used. So we're going to take this stick, and we took the cover off the top. We're going to dip it right into the saltwater aquarium, and it's going to give us a reading of the saltwater or the salinity, which is actually perfect. 1.0232423. It looks like 23. That's exactly where I wanted it. And it's going to stay at that level because we have our ATO, or our automatic top off, which is going to be dispersing the fresh RO water into the aquarium, and it will keep the salinity the exact same the whole time. So I suggest investing in one of these Hana digital salinity readers for your saltwater aquarium. That was a mouthful, but it definitely helps make it so much easy, so much simpler too. And you can find all of this stuff at Aquarium and Reptile Depot. All of their links will be down in the description below. That is my local fish store. Everybody's happy. The water's a little cloudy, you know, after you do a water change. Keep these guys nice and healthy. As you can see, the corals are so lovely. Now, some of you guys may have a question about my light. This is the Kessel A80, and I have the intensity turned up a little bit more than half. That's where I have it there. As far as the color goes, you can change it. It's got a knob here, right? So I have it all the way blue because it just makes the corals pop. That green, watch, I'll take the blue light off and you can see the natural color. It's not as pretty as if the blue light was on it. So watch, I'll put the blue light on and you see that green, it just pops. That's the reason why I have it all the way blue, but you can mess with it. As far as the intensity goes for these corals, a little bit more than half on the Kessel A80. Now, like I said, if you guys want more further details, I'll have all of the information on the 10-gallon Innovative Marine Saltwater all-in-one aquarium down in the description below of this video. Some of you guys don't know how to get to the description of the video. That's okay, your boy's got your back. Up above, I created a card. It is devoted to the saltwater aquarium. It's an entire playlist. It talks about everything I've ever done to this saltwater aquarium, from the rooter to the tutor, the ups and the downs. Right now we're on an up, okay? So got my fingers crossed, knock on wood. Hopefully everything just goes smooth and we have a nice saltwater journey. I absolutely love it. My boys love it. It's like the ultimate nightlight for their room. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe you guys learned some tips, some tricks. Like I said, I'm new to the saltwater side of the hobby, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Ohana, I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. Much love and aloha. Hana Hui A Maui
pay, moku hawa I huki ela I mana ya kala.